Greetings Internet, and welcome back for the next of the 12 vids of Oxmas. For this particular video, we're going to do something I've done in past videos, but we're doing something a little different. You see, I've done cooking videos before, which is what this one is going to be. But this isn't just any cooking video. Oh no. Today, we're going to be making W&W cookies, because trademark. Yes, we are going to be making W&W cookies. So, I'm sure many of you, like myself, have a lot of candy left over from, that other holiday that's ever so popular. And as such, you've probably got like a bunch of your non-brand W&W candies. And also the rest of the stuff that we're going to use, more than likely you've got in your cabinet at home because, well, these are kitchen staples. What you're going to need for this, if you want to follow along at home, and I may put the recipe for this down in the description, you will need 1 cup of unsalted butter. You'll need 1 cup of light brown sugar. You'll need 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. You'll need 2 large eggs. Camera assistant, please fetch the eggs for me. And you will need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You'll need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You will also need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. You'll need 1 teaspoon of salt. Ah, here are the eggs. Thank you, camera chicken. Then you will also need some chocolate chips, according to this recipe, but we didn't have any chocolate chips. But we did, however, have some Horsey's chocolate candy bars, the little fun-sized ones, which I have kind of crunched up into little bitty chunks that we're going to be using in place of chocolate chips. And then, of course, you're going to need, obviously, your W&W candies. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, shall we? Now, the next thing you're going to want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you'll want to come to your oven and you'll want to set the heat to the proper temperature. Now, for this particular instance, we're going to want to set this dial to 375 degrees, right about there. That looks about right. Alright, so next thing we're going to have to do is check. This is a complete waste of paper. Here's the recipe for the W&W cookies, and then this one just has the website where I got this from. Anywho, we're going to stick with the one-page version. Alright, so next thing we're going to want to do is actually measure out our ingredients. So for that you'll need a bowl, a measuring cup, and measuring spoons. Alright, so going back through this again, we're going to need 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is where this box of butter comes in. And go ahead and tear that open. Okay, so let's see. So I just need 2 sticks. According to the writing on the side, it says that 2 sticks equal 1 cup of butter, and apparently 4 sticks equals 2. That's called math. So we need 2 sticks of butter. The other 2 can go back in the box. Okay, and 1 cup of light brown sugar. Kindly, camera chicken, could you please get me another bowl? I'm going to need a smaller one to put the dry ingredients into. that'll do nicely. Thank you. Okay, so into this bowl, we're going to measure out the light brown sugar. So for this, we're going to need 1 cup. Normally I would hold this up in front of the camera so that all y'all at home could see what I'm doing, but I don't want to go spilling sugar all over the floor, so this is about the best you're going to get. Making sure all that sugar is nice and patted down. Okay, on this side we're just about at a cup. On this side we're not. So I'm going to go with this side. Okay, so 1 cup of light brown sugar. And then 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. That would be this stuff. Because we don't like to get bugs in our sugar, we bought one of these nice fancy plastic containers to keep it airtight and to keep the sugar itself from going bad. So what was that, 3/4 cup? Yes. So for this one, I will hold it in front of the camera so y'all can watch. And I'll show this side. And this is the 3/4 cup mark. I think I added just a little too much. Let's go ahead and get that to level off. Actually, no, that is just about perfect. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. It's beautiful. So then we put that. Let me make sure. Okay, so yeah, I can put this in here as well. Because I just realized with some baking instructions, they tell you to do things specifically a certain way. Like add this sugar first, and then at a later step, add that sugar. But according to the directions, they're going to both go in there at the same time, so this is fine. Okay, 2 large eggs. So for that, we come over here, and we grab our 2 extra large eggs, and put those on the table, like so. Okay, and then next we need the 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So let's see, is there a 2 teaspoon or is there just a teaspoon? 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/4, half, 1 teaspoon, half a tablespoon. So we'll just go with this one for the moment. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla, which I'm just going to put directly into the baking or the measuring cup. 1. Hopefully y'all can see that. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Just like that. Ooh, that's potent. Okay, then we need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And I just realized I have made a mistake. Camera chicken, could I get another measuring cup, please? While she's doing that, I'm going to open up the flour. Okay, the flour has been opened. I've got my nice little pouring spout ready to go and everything. Ah yes, thank you, camera chicken. So we're going to need how many cups? 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So double check down here. Okay, so the flour needs to be added separately, so I'm not going to mix that with the sugar and stuff just yet. Just kind of wiggle that around until the flour evens out. Then we slowly, carefully add some more. Oops, I dropped a bit. Another bowl, please. That'll work. Alright, so 1 cup. We'll call that 2 cups. And then smush it around in there, and we'll say that's about 3 cups. Okay, so that's 3 cups of flour. So I can put this over there. Next, whoop, there's flour on the recipe. Flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And when it came to this, we didn't want to run out, so we got the big bag. Ow, that kind of hurt a little bit. Okay, this is why there were scissors on the table, because this bag requires cutting. So let's just cut right to the chase, shall we? And then we're done. Apparently we're not, because the line was a little too high up. So let's try this one more time. Now we're done, I think, I hope. Yes, we're in. We're in the soda, the baking soda. Okay, so gonna need to take my handy dandy paper towel and wipe out the teaspoon so that we can use this for the baking soda. And double check myself, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Yep, that'll do. Boop. Knowing my luck, that will have to have gone in with the sugars. Okay, teaspoon of salt. Let me just zip this up to prevent anything bad from happening. So 1 teaspoon of salt. We're using the iodized stuff. I'm not sure if you can use sea salt or like that pink crystal salt or any of that nonsense in this and have it taste the same. But we're just going with this because, well, it needs used up. So next we go with 1 teaspoon of salt. Just going to go ahead and throw that in there, blah, 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 just like that. Okay. Then we're going to need, let's see, what's next? 1 teaspoon, not teaspoon, 1 cup of chocolate chips, or in this case, crunched up Hershey bars. So let's see if we've got about a cup worth in here. It's close. It's really close. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? I'm thinking that's about a cup of chocolate. That's the perfect amount of chocolate for this. Until we get to the W&W candies. Now then, we're also going to need 1 cup of those, plus more for tops if desired. So I guess you can sprinkle these on top of the cookies before you bake them. So, oh, camera chicken, could we get 1 more bowl, please? Bark, bark. Bark, bark. And hopefully y'all can see me on camera and I'm not leaned too far back. The cabinet up top. There you go. That's where you can get some. I just need 1 more for the chocolate chips, aka the Hershey bars, and the W&Ws. Okay, so into this we put the Hershey bar chunks. And then we're also going to need that cup of W&Ws, which was hiding from me. So, this is going to require 2 hands. Let's see, can I do this without making a mess? Apparently I can. Look at me being a professional YouTuber for once. And we have extras in case we want to top the cookies. Yay! Okay, so then we dip those into yawn. And don't be discouraged if you're at your local Walmart or whichever store you go to get these candies and you can't find the W&Ws. They just have the bags upside down. You'll figure it out real quick. Okay. So, as stated previously, the oven needed to be preheated to 375 degrees. Now next, in the large bowl, using a mixer, which I still have to get set up and ready to go. Get in there, and yes. And what about you? Will you be willing to work with me? Good. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Go into your home. That's your home, Peter. Get into your home. How in the world does this go in there? It needs to go in this way. There! Hey! And if this were plugged in, I'd be going wee, 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 right up in your face like this was 3D. Woo! It's coming right at you, but it isn't. Alright. So, we've got the egg beater all set up. So in that large bowl, using this thingamajig, we're going to use the mixer to cream together the butter and the sugars for 1 minute. So, that's alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm over here. I'll be right back. So next, you take the butter and you put it in the big old bowl. Just gotta figure out where's the end to open. There it is. And in that bowl it goes. That's one. It's half a cup of butter. Okay, and then carefully we open up the next one and ta-da! Is in the bowl. And then gonna have to go on ahead and pour in the sugar. So y'all following along at home can see. Here's the butter. Here's the sugar. Like that. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this. It is so buttery and sweet smelling. Okay. For this next bit, we're going to cut so I can get you a nice close-up shot of the mixing process. So, be right back, folks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, I was going to bring you in close so you could see the mixing in action, so let's get to it. Let's see. I'm going to need my kitchen helper to go and set the timer on the microwave for 1 minute, because that's how long I'm supposed to do this. Alright, let me know when you're ready and I will start. Is it started? Ready, go. Ooh, look at all that extra dough stuck on the beaters. Okay, so next, after having done that, we're going to add the flour, baking soda, salt, and then stir it all together. Oh, okay, I did actually do that part right. Excellent. Alright, so this is where it's probably going to get a bit messy. See? That's the flour and that's the salt and baking soda. So then we get to do this. Yay! Just tap out any that's left in there. And let's see. And now we add the flour, baking soda, and stir just until combined. So let's see how this goes. I really hope that's what it's supposed to look like, folks, because that looks really dry to me. Also, there was a lump of something in the brown sugar that never officially kind of broke up all the way. So, yay! Put those in a different bowl. Okay, let's see. And apparently, we're supposed to refrigerate this stuff for 15 to 30 minutes if time allows, but we're not doing that. This is all one or nothing. So let's get in there and get this done. Using a large cookie scoop. Oh, wait a minute. It didn't tell me anything about putting in the M&Ms or the chop. Oh, I was supposed to fold that in next. Okay. So, wait a minute. That's why it seems so dry, everyone. Your host is an idiot. He forgot to put the huevos in the cookies. So let's just do that real quick. One cookie. I mean egg. 2 eggs. And then... Oh, well, first I might want to just go ahead and, wash my hands a little bit. I got some salmonella on there. BRB, ladies and gentlemen. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Paper towel. That. Okay. So let that be a lesson to you, ladies and gentlemen. Always prepare yourself for proper health care and cleaning by washing your hands. Those were words I just said. Okay, now let me check something. I forgot to put the eggs and the vanilla extract. I was wondering when that was supposed to come in. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got the eggs and the vanilla in there, and let's do it. Okay. Got a little blip on my hand, so into the batter it goes. Okay, so next, kitchen chicken. What, this? That goes into the garbage. So next, kitchen chicken. If you could fetch me one of those little rubber scraper things, and we'll change camera angles again. Actually, no, we're not going to change camera angles, because this is about the perfect shot for the folding of the W&Ws and the Horsies candies. As she said. So now we've got our bowl of W&Ws, and just underneath we have the Horsey bars, and so we do this. It's probably not how you're actually supposed to do it, but darn it, this is how we do on this show. Some stiff batter, but it's better that it's stiff like this than for it to be the way that it was. You know what? Just gonna, whoops-a-daisy, just gonna scrape this stuff off, and I'm going in with my bare hands. They're clean, I just washed the eggs off of them. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting in there, getting dirty with that cookie dough. Kitchen chicken, we don't need any sound effects, though I do appreciate it. Get those all nice and incorporated in there. And something I should let you all know right now off the bat, in case you decide to do this the way I am, using your hands, that dough gets very, and I mean very sticky, as you just saw. I was able to pick the entire bowl off of the table with the dough. So, okay, so once you feel that you've got all the chocolate pieces thoroughly mixed into the dough, which I feel I have, this is when you were supposed to put it into the fridge for that 15 to 30 minutes. But, like I said, we're not doing that here. We're going to move straight from this to putting it on the cookie sheet. So, be right back while I clean up a bit. Okay, so next it says using a large cookie scoop, as it says right there, or about 3 tablespoons, which I think our biggest spoon is about 3 tablespoons. we're supposed to scoop the cookie dough onto a baking sheet, which we have here, and as an optional step, it's not listed on here, but it's something I'm going to do because, well, we've had a lot of bad experiences with things that are not supposed to stick to the cookie sheet, sticking to the cookie sheet. We're going to take some cooking spray with flour in it, shake it up, and then going to take this and liberally apply it to the cookie sheet. So here we go. Oh boy, it's a little bit thicker than I was anticipating. Those cookies are going to be fine. Okay, so next, as I was saying before, we take a scoop and we put the cookie dough on the tray. But let's see, space them about 2 inches apart. I'm just going to eyeball it here, folks, so pardon me if these aren't exactly perfect. No, it's too much dough. Don't want a cookie that big. Okay, and yep, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's going to be another big one, so we'll push that over here in the corner. 5, like that, and 6. Okay, because I made these ones a bit on the hefty side, we're only going to go with 6 for the first batch. So next, these are going to go into the oven, and we're going to cut away to me putting them into the oven, so be right back, ladies and gents. Okay, so as stated previously, we're going to take the cookies and put them into our preheated oven of 375 degrees, and we're going to cook these for between 7 and 10 minutes according to the recipe. So I'm thinking we're going to go for the full 10. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this here, and we'll cut back when those cookies are done. Yeah, there's my thumb. When they're done. Come on, cookies. Come on, timer, let's go. A little faster now. Time's a-wasting. Come on. Come on, let's go, cookies, let's go. Let's go, cookies, let's go. Come on. Come on. Little more. Come on, where's that 000? Give me that 000. Yes! Alright, let's see how they turned out. Ooh. Well, they're not perfect, but they're cookies, and that is getting really warm. Let me just cut y'all over here real quick and go. Now ain't that just a slice of something wonderful? Now this is like the first time I believe I've ever tried to make homemade cookies. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever tried to make homemade cookies. I was thinking of when I tried to make the banana bread. There'll be a thing right up here for that video. Now let's see how easily I can get these off of the thing. Okay, that baking oil with flour really seems to have helped. And the spacing I did looks like it was just about adequate. Yep. Sorry, I just nudged the camera there. Just these last two over here to check. Yeah, and those two kind of got stuck together a little bit, but that's okay. Imperfections make the cookie taste better. Right, folks? You're darn right, you're right, I'm right, it's right. So we're going to let these stand for about another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll go ahead and give them a shot. Be back at the tasting, folks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the finished product. A little bit of a closer up shot, not on the cooking pan, the cookie sheet. And so, oh wow, these are some big cookies. It never really registers to you how big the cookies are until you have it in your own hand. And mind you, I have some big friggin' hands. Case in point, water bottle, my hand. Cookie for scale. So now then, with that nonsense out of the way, let's see if I can't break it in half. Get a nice little gooey cross section. Oh yeah, look at that, and there it goes. But wow. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to your continued health. That is a good cookie. At this point, I don't even care it's a little black on the side. Got those nice W and W's in there. All those big chocolate chunks from the horsey candy bars. Let's see how well they do dipped in milk. Oh. It helps with the crispy edges. It makes the cookie a little juicier. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed watching me make and now partially consume these cookies. As stated at the beginning of this thing, that recipe will be linked in the description down below. If you do make these cookies, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. If you like, take a picture and post it to social media, feel free to put a link to that in the description below as well. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very much for watching. I truly and greatly appreciate it. If you like what you've seen here today, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends if you feel so inclined. And hit that bell icon to be notified of future uploads once you are subscribed. That's the big one. And with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've got to go talk to a friend about a dog. Later.